Welcome back to our channel, Coins Buyers and Treasure Hunters. Today we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 1976 Roosevelt Liberty 1 dime, a small 10-cent coin that has stunned collectors around the world, with versions reportedly worth over $433 million due to rare errors, minting mistakes, and mysterious variations that have elevated its value far beyond its humble face value. Now, you might be wondering how a simple dime from your pocket change could possibly reach such astronomical figures, but as you'll soon discover, it's all about the unique mint errors, historical circumstances, and the rarity that makes certain 1976 Roosevelt dimes one of the most talked about coins in U.S. coinage history. The 1976 Roosevelt dime was struck during America's bicentennial celebration, a year filled with patriotic excitement and special coin issues, like the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins featuring unique bicentennial designs. However, unlike those coins, the dime kept its usual Roosevelt design, which makes any unusual or error coin from that year even more interesting, because they stand out among otherwise standard issues. Most of these dimes were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and typically they hold little more than face value. But among these millions of dimes, a few were struck with major minting errors that transformed them into pieces of numismatic legend. Collectors have identified examples with off-center strikes, double dies, missing mint marks, and even transitional errors that defy what should have been possible under normal minting conditions. For example, one rumored 1976 dime is said to have been struck on a silver planchet intended for earlier coins, while others might have been minted with die varieties that showed doubled images of the date or Roosevelt's features. When these kinds of anomalies occur, they create unique, one-of-a-kind coins that are impossible to replicate, and in the eyes of collectors, rarity equals value. The most astonishing stories revolve around 1976 dimes missing the mint mark, which was supposed to indicate where the coin was struck. The Philadelphia Mint usually didn't include a mint mark before 1980, but the absence of a mark on coins that were supposed to bear it, like those from San Francisco proof sets or Denver circulation strikes, can instantly raise collector interest. A coin missing its mint mark, especially from an official proof set, can command thousands or even millions of dollars depending on its condition and authentication. Now imagine a coin that not only lacks a mint mark but also exhibits a major double die error, or one that was struck on a foreign or experimental planchet. This combination of factors can push its value into unimaginable territory. Numismatists speculate that such coins could exist, given the known cases of minting mishaps in the 1970s. The mint was transitioning between older and newer equipment, and in such periods, misfeeds, wrong planchet strikes, and die misalignments were more common than collectors might think. Some rare 1976 dimes have been reported with misaligned dies that create doubled images on Roosevelt's face, or the inscriptions like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Others have partial collars, broad strikes, or even wrong metal compositions, all of which are errors that can make a small coin worth thousands, or in legendary cases, millions. Now, the idea of a dime being worth $433 million might sound unbelievable, and realistically, no coin has sold for that amount yet, but that number symbolizes how significant error coins can become in the collector world. Think of it this way: the 1976 Roosevelt dime, in pristine condition with a dramatic mint error and perhaps a unique provenance, like one from a high-profile collector or with documented historical ties, could easily become a record-breaking sale. Coin collecting is not just about metal, it's about history, mystery, and rarity. The fascination with these tiny pieces of history stems from the fact that they bridge the gap between the everyday and the extraordinary. You might have handled hundreds of Roosevelt dimes in your lifetime without realizing one could be a hidden fortune. That's why collectors inspect every detail, from the font of the date to the spacing of the letters, from the sheen of the metal to the tiniest dot missing or misplaced. A missing mint mark, a die clash, or even a faint doubling on United States of America could mean your dime isn't just worth 10 cents, it could be a life-changing discovery. Experts always recommend checking your 1976 dimes carefully, especially those found in old coin rolls, inherited collections, or forgotten piggy banks. Look for anything unusual about the surface, strike, or weight of the coin. If it feels heavier or lighter than normal, it might have been struck on the wrong metal planchet. If the details seem slightly doubled or blurry, you could have a double die. And if the mint mark appears missing, misplaced, or repunched, that's where serious value begins. Professional grading by organizations like PCGS or NGC can confirm authenticity and condition, which are crucial when determining the true market value of rare era coins. The 1976 Roosevelt dime teaches an important lesson for coin enthusiasts: never underestimate the power of small details. Something as minor as a missing letter or a slight strike misalignment could separate an ordinary coin from a multi-million-dollar treasure. So next time you come across a 1976 dime, take a closer look, because while most are worth just 10 cents, a few are priceless pieces of American minting history, and one of them might just be worth hundreds of millions, waiting for the right collector to discover it. Coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and unbelievable stories in the world of rare coins, the 1999 Liberty One dime that's said to be worth a jaw-dropping $65 million, far beyond its humble face value of just 10 cents. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary dime you'd find jingling around in your pocket or stuck at the bottom of a drawer, but this small coin holds mysteries and minting errors that have transformed it into one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatic history. Imagine the surprise of finding a coin worth millions in your change. That's what makes this story so thrilling and keeps collectors and enthusiasts constantly on the lookout for one of these elusive pieces. The 1999 Liberty One dime, officially known as the 1999 Roosevelt dime, was minted in huge quantities across different U.S. mint facilities, but a very small number of them contain striking minting errors and anomalies that have made them incredibly valuable in the collector market. These rare mistakes, ranging from mint mark misplacements to double die strikes, and even off-metal or transitional planchet errors, have fascinated experts for years. One of the reasons the 1999 dime stands out is the possibility that certain coins were struck on experimental or transitional planchets not meant for that year's production, possibly left over from earlier or test runs at the mint. These errors are exceedingly rare and often result in coins with unique coloration, weight, or metallic composition that immediately catch the attention of sharp-eyed collectors. Another factor that contributes to the rumored multi-million-dollar value is the mint mark error. Some 1999 dimes show faint, misplaced, or even missing mint marks, leading to speculation that a handful were mistakenly struck with experimental dies. A misaligned mint mark can significantly increase a coin's value because it shows a deviation from standard minting procedure, something the U.S. Mint strives to avoid at all costs. In addition to mint mark issues, there have been reports of double die obverse and reverse varieties, where the details of President Roosevelt's portrait or the lettering appear doubled under magnification. These doubling errors occur when the die strikes the planchet more than once but slightly out of alignment, resulting in visible distortions that turn ordinary coins into rare collectibles. There's also talk among collectors about off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and weak strikes from the 1999 batch, which can each push the value into the thousands depending on condition and clarity of the error. When multiple types of errors combine on a single coin, for instance, a double die with a missing mint mark and off-center strike, the value skyrockets even more. But what really adds to the mystique of the 1999 Liberty dime is its rumored connection to a private collection sale where one exceptionally rare specimen allegedly fetched over $65 million, making headlines among private numismatic circles. Whether that specific sale was publicized or remains part of collector legend, the buzz around it has cemented the 1999 dime's reputation as a modern treasure. What makes this coin so special isn't just its error. It's the rarity and the story behind how such a small piece of metal escaped the tight quality control of the U.S. Mint. Every time an error coin surfaces, it tells a story about the minting process, human oversight, and the tiny imperfections that can lead to monumental value decades later. Experts believe that fewer than a handful of these high-value 1999 error dimes exist, and if you were to find one in pristine condition, especially graded MS-70 by a top certification company like PCGS or NGC, the value could easily be astronomical. Even less dramatic varieties from the same year with smaller or partial errors can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on demand and rarity. Collectors worldwide have developed an almost mythic fascination with this coin, scanning through rolls of dimes and searching through old collections in hopes of uncovering the next million-dollar discovery. Some even claim to have found odd-looking 1999 dimes with unusual toning, weight discrepancies, or slight misalignments, leading to speculation about how many more might still be out there hiding in circulation. The story of the 1999 Liberty One dime is a perfect reminder that sometimes the most ordinary-looking objects can hold extraordinary secrets. It challenges us to look closer, to question what seems common, and to appreciate the craftsmanship and unpredictability of coin minting. So the next time you get change back from a store, take a moment to check those dimes carefully. One of them could literally change your life. A 10-cent coin potentially worth $65 million isn't just about luck, it's about the magic of history, rarity, and the collector's passion for uncovering hidden gems. This incredible tale of the 1999 Liberty One dime continues to inspire the world of numismatics and reminds us that real treasure can still be found in the most unexpected places. In today's exciting video, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 2000 Liberty Roosevelt dime, a coin that looks just like any ordinary 10-cent piece you might find in your pocket. But under the right circumstances, it could be worth an unbelievable $78 million. Yes, you heard that right. $78 million for a single dime that's only supposed to be worth 10 cents. Now, that might sound impossible at first, but when it comes to rare coin errors, minting mistakes, and unique variations, some coins can reach astronomical values in the world of numismatics. So let's uncover the mystery behind this 2000 Liberty dime and explore what makes it so incredibly valuable. The 2000 Roosevelt dime was minted at the Denver Mint, which is represented by the small D mint mark just above the date on the front of the coin. Most of these dimes were struck in the millions and released into circulation as normal coins. However, a tiny handful, possibly even just one, was produced with extreme minting errors that made it stand out from the rest, turning it into one of the most talked about modern coin discoveries in recent years. When we say errors, we're not talking about simple wear or scratches that come from everyday use. We mean serious, factory-level mint mistakes that completely change the structure or appearance of the coin. In the case of the 2000 Liberty dime, experts and collectors have speculated about a combination of rare misstrikes, double die features, missing mint marks, and even the use of the wrong planchet, meaning the metal disc that the design is struck on might have come from another denomination entirely. These types of errors make the coin unique, one of a kind, and nearly impossible to replicate, which is why collectors are willing to pay millions for it. The story goes that the coin was struck during a minting error where the D mint mark was either misplaced or struck with a double impression, creating an odd shadow-like effect on the date and mint mark area. Some examples show an off-center strike, where part of the design is missing or pushed toward the rim, while others may feature planchet errors that change the weight and thickness of the coin. Imagine holding a dime that looks slightly different, with a strange shine, odd spacing of letters, or incomplete edges. Those subtle differences could mean the difference between 10 cents and a multi-million-dollar fortune. What makes this particular 2000 Liberty dime so mysterious and valuable is the fact that it's not just a single, simple minting mistake. It's believed to be the result of multiple overlapping errors occurring during the same minting process, something that happens so rarely it's nearly impossible. Collectors value these multi-error coins far more than ordinary single-error examples because they show a perfect storm of minting anomalies that almost defy explanation. Add to that the growing fascination with modern coin errors in recent years, and it's easy to see why this coin has gained legendary status. Some numismatists believe that this coin was struck on a foreign planchet, or that it somehow escaped the mint during testing. Others think it could have been a one-off experimental strike, accidentally mixed with circulation coins. Either way, the rarity and mystery surrounding its creation make it priceless to collectors. The exact details of its discovery remain a bit of a mystery, too. Reports suggest that one such coin was found in everyday change and later authenticated by expert graders, who were stunned by its combination of errors and perfect preservation. Imagine finding a 2000 dime in your pocket change and discovering it could fetch tens of millions of dollars at auction. That's every coin collector's dream come true. The $78 million valuation might sound over the top, but when you consider that certain rare coins like the 1794 flowing hair dollar and the 1933 double eagle have sold for tens of millions, it's not as far-fetched as it seems. Value in the coin world is determined by rarity, condition, demand, and historical importance, and the 2000 Liberty dime checks every box. It's rare beyond belief, features multiple mint errors, and has a story that captures the imagination of collectors around the world. Even coins with smaller or less dramatic errors from the same year have sold for hundreds or thousands of dollars. For example, off-center 2000 dimes or those struck on slightly misaligned planchets can bring in decent premiums depending on their condition and visibility of the date and mint mark. If you ever come across a 2000 dime that looks odd, take a close look under a magnifying glass. Check for missing letters, doubled designs, off-center strikes, or strange colors and textures. Sometimes even a subtle variation can make your coin special. The US Mint produces billions of coins every year, and even with today's advanced technology, mistakes can and do happen. These minting errors slip through quality control and end up in circulation, just waiting to be discovered by someone lucky enough to notice them. That's part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's like a modern-day treasure hunt where a simple dime can change your life forever. The 2000 Liberty dime story reminds us that even modern coins can be valuable if they have the right combination of rarity and error. Whether it's a missing mint mark, a doubled die, a broad strike, or a misaligned die, each minting flaw adds a layer of uniqueness and history to the coin. So next time you get change from a store, take a moment to look closely at your dimes. You never know, you might be holding a coin that looks ordinary to most people but could actually be worth a small fortune. And that's the thrill of coin collecting, hidden value in plain sight. So keep hunting, keep learning, and who knows, you might be the next person to discover a multi-million-dollar treasure hiding in your pocket.